And then it's just saying 2 sweet spot blocks, which aren't even sweet spot. This is sort of like, this is tempo basically. So just a complete mess and just no idea of what this is actually achieving. What's up guys? Welcome to another video, another Zwift workout review. This time we're not looking at Zwift Academy, we're looking at the best and worst workouts from the Zwift regular workout library. Now I heard your feedback on the Zwift Academy video, so I've made some changes to the scoring system. So I'm gonna put up the scoring system now, and you'll see there's one change. So instead of looking at the trackability of the workout, which I used for one of the metrics in Zwift Academy, I've replaced that with efficiency. So I'll walk you through the 4 scoring systems now. The first one is on the specificity. So does the workout have a clear defined goal and outcome? The second one is the accuracy. So how well does the workout achieve that stated goal? The third one, and which is the new one, is the efficiency. So if you're getting on Zwift and you're picking a workout from the workout library, chances are you want good bang for your buck and not to waste time. So how efficient is the workout in getting you towards that goal without having much fluff time? And then the fourth one here is X factor. Is there something particularly unique, interesting, or useful about the workout that it can get it some bonus points? That is the 4-part scoring system, which each of those is out of 3, so that'll give a total score of 12. Let's jump onto Zwift and get started. So this is the first workout. I'm going to be alternating between a good workout and a bad workout, and we'll go back and forth. So we're going to start with a good workout, and the first one here is high intensity recovery. This one's scoring a 10 out of 12, and let's break it down. So specificity, I gave this one a 3. So let's read through the goal here. It's saying high intensity recovery. This workout is similar to a very common FTP building workout. FTP building working, so spelling mistake there. So similar to the 2x20s, but with a twist. So they're saying this is over-under intervals, which is pushing your body to recover when the effort just goes just below your threshold power. So you gave that one a 3. They're stating there it's FTP building workout that's doing over-unders. So I gave them a 3 for that. Next one, accuracy. Is it actually an over-under workout? So let's break it down. So I've got the FTP setting for this video at 370. So we'll be basing the power off that. So here we've got blocks of 3 minutes at 390, 3 minutes and 351. So we're going a bit above threshold and then to sweet spot and repeating that 3 times. So it's 18-minute sets, 15 minutes at 222 watts, which is low zone 2, and then another 18-minute set. So accuracy wise there, I'll give that a 3 because it is, these are bang on over-unders. And 2 18-minute sets is a good amount of time. So I think that's a good accuracy wise there. Efficiency, how time efficient is this? I gave this one a 2. Main reason being, there's just a lot of fluff time here. Like, if you're doing 2 18-minute sets, I would, as a coach, I'd probably say, let's take 6 to 8 minutes recovery in between. But they've given 15 minutes here, and it's at low zone 2 as well. It's not like you could say this is adding up to a good sort of endurance portion of the workout. So 15 minutes at low zone 2 is probably a bit much. And then again, after the second set, you've got 15 minutes again at low zone 2. So there's sort of 30 minutes of extra fluff in this workout where you could really just make this 8 minutes, get rid of this altogether, and then just go straight into the 5-minute cool down. You could save yourself, what's that, sort of 20, 25 minutes. So I only gave it a 2 in terms of efficiency. So not terrible, but some room for improvement in my opinion. X factor, gave this one a 2. Why to give it a 2? I like the description here, how they're saying they're replicating the 2x20, which most of us have probably done. Again, like these over-unders, I think the graph looks cool. I think when you upload this to Strava, the power graph would look good, bit of a personal preference there. And you can kind of imagine doing these over-unders, you're in a bunch rolling turns. So not full marks for X Factor, but I gave it a 2 on that one, taking us to a total of 10 out of 12. So pretty good start. I like this workout. Just a few minor tweaks there with those recovery periods. So next one, this was not a good one. It's in the folder called less than 30 minutes to burn, and it's called Expand. Only gave this one a 6 out of 12. Let's break it down. So it's saying it's an endurance surge workout featuring expanding intervals at zone 6. Okay. It's targeting your ability to surge again and again. So in terms of specificity, I gave this one a 2. I mean, there's some sort of explanation here, but I don't really understand that. What is an endurance surge workout? I mean, that's not really a thing. So I gave it a 2 because I've made some effort to have an explanation here, but to me, this is not clear at all. Accuracy-wise, I gave this a 1, just because they're saying here, expand intervals at zone 6. And let's break it down. So we've got a 8-minute warm-up, and then we've got some blocks, some 3-minute blocks at zone 2. But then they said intervals at zone 6. And these intervals are only at 444 watts. Which is, I mean, that's barely zone, that'd be very low in zone 6. That's more like upper zone 5, especially with an FTP of 370. Someone could definitely have a VO2 max at 444. So it's not really zone 6. So I gave this one the lowest score possible in terms of accuracy of just a 1, because it's just not. I mean, these aren't surges. If you were doing an endurance workout with surges, I would be getting the athlete to do these at 500, with an FTP of 370, doing them at 600, probably well above 500 watts, more like 600 watts, 700 watts, if it's only for sort of 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So, yeah, missed the mark there. Efficiency-wise, I gave this a 2. I mean, it's a 30-minute workout, so it's hard to be inefficient, but, they haven't wasted too much time in terms of the warm-up and the cool-down. So, it's not a complete waste of time, but... So I gave him a 2 for that. X Factor, this is really doing nothing for me. There's nothing interesting in the description. And the intervals, it just seems really random. So I just gave him again a 1 for X Factor. Nothing there much for me. All right, next workout. Perfect score, 12 out of 12. This is called the Gorby. It's in less than 60 minutes to burn. So if you do want to get on and just do a Zwift workout, one that I think is good, check this one out. So let's have a read through. So it's called the Gorby, aka the Quitter. So it's a tough workout. You might not be able to finish. You got to give it your all. You should use this workout to hone your climbing potential. Perform 1 to 2 times per week for best results. So in terms of specificity, I really like this. So they're saying it's going to develop your climbing potential after you've developed a solid FTP. It's a tough workout. So I find this quite inspirational as well, the description here. So I like it. So I gave that one a 3 out of 3 in terms of specificity. Accuracy, how well is this a climbing development workout, improving FTP? I reckon they've nailed it here. So let's look at it. We've got 10-minute warm-up, 5 minutes at 407 watts, which is sort of not quite VO2 max, but in that zone between sort of upper threshold VO2 max. So 5 minutes on, 5 minutes very low zone 2, almost recovery. 5 minutes again. So it's basically 5 by 5 with 5 minutes off at upper threshold, which I really like. That's a good way to pull up your FTP. Should get some good gains if you repeat this one. So I really like it, 3 out of 3. Efficiency, perfect. I think 10-minute warm-up is just enough to get your legs moving, and then you're straight into the work blocks. 5-minute spin out at the end of the session, so no sort of stupid 20, 30-minute cool-down period. So full marks for that. I like it. X Factor, again, I like it. Firstly, because the power graph looks cool when you're uploading this on your Strava or whatever it is. I think that'll look cool. And yeah, it's just quite simple as well. I like the fact that it's simple and that you can really easily see your power. And they're saying here, repeat this 1 to 2 times per week, so you can really easily see your improvement in this. So X Factor wise, this just does something for me. I mean, again, X Factor is sort of personal preference, but I really like it. This is a workout that I would prescribe to my athletes. So if you're interested in a good workout, check this one out. Okay, next workout, another not so good one. We've got John's Mix. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most popular workouts because it's in the less 60 minute to burn folder and it's right at the top. But there's a lot of issues going on here. So in terms of specificity, I gave it a 1. So this is only getting to a 5 out of 12 overall. So it got lowest marks for specificity because it is just completely random. I mean, I have said that. So I've said this workout's often used by the Zwift development team to test features, but it's just explaining the workout. It's not actually saying what it's achieving. So it's just saying, okay, warm up, short anaerobic bursts, then max effort sprints on the trainer. Don't recommend that. And then it's just saying 2 sweet spot blocks, which aren't even sweet spot. This is sort of like, this is tempo basically. So just a complete mess and just no idea of what this is actually achieving. So lowest marks for specificity, accuracy as well, lowest marks, mainly because they've said these are sweet spot blocks and these are pretty much tempo blocks, 2x10. And there's no goal, and then it's even hard to assess what this is achieving. So I can't really give it points for accuracy because they haven't even established what it's trying to achieve. So nothing for that. Efficiency, I gave it a 2 because they haven't wasted too much time in terms of warm up. We've got a 6-minute warm up and cool down 5 minutes. So I gave them a 2 for that because there isn't too much fluffing around, which I like. But is this a time efficient way? I mean, these random sprints, yeah, I just can't really give it full marks for efficiency because I don't know what it's trying to achieve. X Factor, again, a 1, lowest marks. I just don't understand this workout, so it's hard to give it bonus points for anything when there's not really achieving anything. There's nothing interesting in the description, so yeah, low marks for that. So, pretty terrible. This is the lowest scoring workout in this video, only a 5 out of 12, which is pretty much the lowest marks. The lowest marks being 4 out of 12 because the minimum is a 1 for each category. So just a terrible workout. I would not recommend doing this. Okay, next workout is in the 60 to 90 minute to burn folder. We've got SST Med. I gave this one a 10 out of 12 overall. Let's break it down. So specificity, I gave it a 2. So it's saying it's about sweet spot training. Will give you a great bang for your buck, as you can spend quite amount of time in the sweet spot of your power curve without building up undue amounts of training stress. I'm not sure about that. You can do this workout as much as you'd like and watch your FTP rise over time. Again, don't really agree with that. Like SST training still, but if you're doing this every day, that's going to generate a significant amount of fatigue. So I kind of get what they're saying in that it's not as hard as a threshold workout, but I don't agree with that. But there's a clear outline of what the workout is and what it's trying to achieve. So I gave them a 2 out of 3 for that. Accuracy, so how well does it achieve that? Gave them a 2 for this. Reason being, let's break down the workout. We've got 10-minute warm-up. Then we've got 5 minutes at sweet spot, 5 minutes at tempo. And then they're alternating sweet spot, tempo, sweet spot, tempo. And so it's 2 30-minute efforts. I don't like too much. Like if you're doing a sweet spot effort, why couldn't they just have... So this is a total of 15 minutes at sweet spot. I would say get rid of the tempo bits and just do like 2x20 at sweet spot or 2x25 at sweet spot. Tempo's not adding anything to a sweet spot targeted workout. So I'm not sure on that. And then the other thing is there's this random 1 minute 400 watt effort in the middle, which they haven't even mentioned. I have no idea why this is in here. So accuracy wise, they could just get rid of that. So I gave them a 2. It's sort of halfway there, but some improvements. Efficiency, I did give this a 3, just because there's no floundering. You've got 10-minute warm-up, 10-minute cool-down, which is good. Not too much of a mess around in the middle in terms of a rest period. So I quite like this. Good use of time and not too much time wasted, besides this tempo, which is arguable. X Factor, I like it. Cool looking graph. You could sort of imagine this sort of sweet spot sort of training. Maybe you can imagine yourself going up a climb and people are sort of surging and you're sort of pushing to hold the wheel, and then the pace drops off and you settle in. Or maybe this is like a crit where there's a tailwind headwind section. So headwind section you're tucking in, just sort of holding tempo, and then in the tailwind section when your speed picks up, your power picks up. So there's some sort of race situations that I could imagine putting myself through as I do this workout. So I gave that one a 3. This takes us to, for this workout, a 10 out of 12. Some minor tweaks to get this perfect score, but not bad. Pretty decent workout there. Okay, another not so good one. This one's in the less than 60-minute folder and it's called Step by Step. I gave this one an 8 out of 12 overall. Let's look at it. So specificity, I gave it a 2. Why? They have said it's a zone 5 focused workout with 30-second steps. And then sort of step by step, day by day, you get stronger. Cool, it's sort of, it's all right. They've sort of briefly outlined what the goal is, but haven't given too much of a description in terms of, what this is actually achieving. So I gave them half points for that, so a 2 out of 3. Accuracy-wise, so how well does this achieve the goal of being a zone 5 focused workout? Terribly. Gave this a 1. Why? Let's look at the effort. So it's saying it's zone 5, but really, a minute and a half at 407 watts, that's not really zone 5. 414 watts, again, barely zone 5. And then you're only really getting into zone 5, halfway through these sets. So a minute and a half at 420, minute and a half at 429, minute and a half at 4:36. So you're just creeping into sort of low to mid zone 5, and there's also not that much time. So if we get rid of these two because they don't really count, they're sort of more upper threshold. You've got 1, 2, 3, so 4.5 minutes at low to mid zone 5 twice, so 9 minutes at low zone 5. You know, that's not really a zone 5 focused workout, so they've missed the mark there. If they were going to do this, what could you do here alternatively? You could do just 6 by 3 minutes at 4:40. You know, that's a zone 5 focus workout. So they just completely missed the mark there. Efficiency. Now I did give this one good efficiency marks because 5-minute cool down, 5-minute warm up, and then 5-minute break in between sets. So there's not too much time wasted here. I mean, you could argue that these first 2 intervals of the sets are wasted because they're not zone 5, but there's still some work getting done. So it's not a waste of time, it's just missing the mark. So I gave that one full scores for efficiency. And then X Factor, gave this one a 2. I like the graph. I like how it increases over the sets. It's building you into it, so it's not just like this massive shock to the system where you start the first effort and your eyes are popping out of your head. So pretty cool workout, and I think this would be fun to do. I just think it misses the marks. So overall, this one got an 8 out of 12. So it's not a good workout. It does miss the mark, but it's not like a complete dumpster fire like some of the other ones. So that is step by step. That is all for this video. Thanks for watching. I know a bit of a long one, but hopefully that gives you some inspiration to get on Zwift and give a go at some of those good workouts and maybe skip those lower ranked ones if you see them pop up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.